I love
Yeah.
interviewing you. I mean, I've been pretty much involved in the interviewing process of your career since you was
Yes, you
14
have,
years old.
TT. Yes, you have.
It's so crazy to see like this gorgeous grown up
Thank
guy.
you.
I always with the most beautiful teeth I ever seen. Like teeth is like pearly white
Thank you, T.
and like just all grown up, man.
I feel good, man. This it's amazing to be able to see familiar faces and to be able to share these moments. As we both grown. I mean, you've grown in your situation too, Hot 97, like, and just in radio and entertainment in general. So,
It,
we're here to be able to share these moments and continue to be able to be a part of people's life. Like when I go on stage and do stuff, it's not just a show to me. It's actually a moment I'm sharing with someone, that's a fan of music, a fan of that listen to you every single day. Like
mhm.
these are special moments to me. These are
Yeah,
moments when I'm in the studio working till 5, 6 in the morning. These are the moments I think about. So
yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
And you have done a lot in your career. You know, you've been in the game since you was 14 years old,
Mhm.
and you've done acting.
Mhm.
You put out albums.
Yeah.
You've written albums.
Mhm.
You co-produced albums.
Yep.
Um, is there any point that you feel like I need a break? Like,
Um. I mean, I think especially after my last album, and being in a situation with a label where I got about 3 or 4 albums that never came out. After that was when I was like, all right, look. Every time I record a record, I put my soul into it.
mm-hmm.
And when these records don't come out or they don't see the light of day or my fans don't get to hear the greatness that is actually sitting in the hard drive somewhere, it's a little bit like, you feel like you not wasted your time, but it's
It's
kind of
frustrating.
it's frustrating,
Yeah.
So after that was like, okay, and in the midst of me kind of negotiating out of a major deal and going into a more independent route, that's when I was like, you know what, let me take a break and find out who Mario is and what Mario really wants. I know what my fans expect. I know what, when you're in a label situation, what you're expected to do. But let me go back and nurture myself and get back to a creative place where I'm creating from, my soul, and I'm creating from a creative place of where I want to give to my fans.
And it's
So that's
fun
where I'm at.
again. It's
Yeah, and
fun
it's fun
again.
again. And I'm able to work with, new producers and people. We're able to vibe and commune with each other because I think a lot of time in the album process, you get thrown into these sessions and you're just cutting records that people write or
Yeah,
whatever.
because it's the hottest producer. Who's
Right.
hot? Let's get Mario in the studio with them.
Which can work, for some artists, but it's like when you're growing in the game, you want to feel like you're doing something that you're passionate about and that you're actually learning from and you're
Mm-hmm.
growing from. I want to learn how to produce. I want to learn how to, if I hear a sound in my head, I want to learn how to pick the right system to put it through. I want to learn how to express to my producers and writers what I'm really feeling instead of it being so plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what I feel like is going to help change music.
So what are you feeling now? Like, what are you writing about? Like, what is Mario
Yeah.
going through now that he can share with the world?
Um, you know what? This next single is called "Help You," and it's an R&B song with like a reggae vibe, very organic feeling, very classic feeling. Um, and I wanted to speak from a male perspective to women. I feel like there's a few little R&B records out here and there, but the content and how it's talking to women from all ages, from young girls to older women, like I feel like it wasn't speaking to them from a leadership standpoint, from a man perspective, saying like, listen, like these days relationships aren't really popular.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to young girls like, well, I like to play hard to get because if you show a guy you care too much, then he gonna play you and he might date your friend or something. Like it's just
Well,
like
that's also because we're in the era of
social media.
social media and authority
Right.
pictures and reality
I get it.
television, and everybody needs a baller, or
I
rapper,
get it
or
because everybody
singer.
trying to survive.
Yeah, true.
So I know women who post pictures like that, but they're not really like that in real life.
Mm.
But they're doing that because that's gonna make them followers, and those followers hopefully gonna get them more love in hip hop or
Yeah.
make them a star or make them popular. So and I get that part of it, but this song is really saying to a woman like, listen, I know that you can do this on your own, but I see the potential in us, I see the potential in you, and I see what you're doing. Let me help you.
Ooh.
It's like it's like, yes, I'm attracted to you, but I'm also attracted to your hustle. I'm also attracted to what you've done on your own as a woman to survive.
So you
That's
gonna
what this song is
so
about.
Mario's gonna help you, and Mario's gonna spend bread on you, or is Mario just gonna?
No, this is
Is
I
Mario
know,
kick
like
that
somebody
down?
want to hear that. Somebody want to hear. No, it's more about a partnership and really
Yeah.
just
And
about
building.
recognizing like, all right, you sexy, you all that, you beautiful, but your grind is real, and I respect what you're doing. So, my grind is real. Let's do this together, type of
Yeah.
work. It's one of those. Yeah.
It's crazy. I was just talking to
Yeah.
someone earlier about that. I think the older
Yeah.
you get, the more you look at relationships like that. Like, all right, that's cool and all, but how can we build
It's
wealth
all about
together?
building. It's about building, man.
Yeah, not just Chanel bags, but wealth.
It's,
Like,
I mean, no, Chanel
those are
bags is cool.
nice.
Listen. I love surprising my girlfriends. Like when I'm saying when I do have a girlfriend, I love
Oh,
surprising.
so you don't have one right now? Is that what you're
So
saying?
it's I love surprising women. Women love options. I like giving options, and that's my steez. Yeah.
Okay. You see that swag? You see that swag, lady? Post
Just
up
telling
on
the
that
truth.
gram. Post it up.
Mario
Now,
Worldwide.
on a serious note, you and I
Yeah.
was talking behind the scenes a little bit about the election.
Mhm.
You've kind of been in the public's eye. Well, kind of, you have been in the public's eye since you was 14 years old.
Mhm.
Obviously, now you're grown up. You're old enough to vote. What do you think this means, this election, for your generation? Like the people who, just turning 18,
Mhm.
the millennials who
Mhm.
may feel like, I don't know, if this is for me, or I like this candidate, don't like this candidate, et cetera, et
Right.
cetera.
On the surface level, whoever you don't vote for, even if you want to, is an extra vote for the person you don't want to be in the office. So, but on a much deeper level, I think it's a time for millennials to learn as much as they can about politics, about what's going to affect their lives and their kids' lives, and how, their one voice is a part of a collective voice that can help change the circumstances of this nation, of this country, which weren't, in terms of the urban community, which wasn't built in our benefit. There's so many different things that could change, monetarily, to even add value to our inner city schools, food systems, water, like all of these things that you don't even really hear on the debates. They don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
They argue back and forth
Yeah.
about things that don't really matter. But, our voice as a collective is what, matters the most. In the millennials, there's millions of people on Instagram and Facebook and all these doing things every day. But, the importance of voting is that your grandparents and their parents didn't have the right to vote.
Yeah. Or died.
Were dying trying to
get
get the right to vote, getting their head busted with rocks, and, fighting for things that, we wake up to every day and have at our disposal, and we overlook it. So those are the things that I feel like the millennials need to know and respect, and, use their voice for.
Yeah. What else, besides the single, what else are
Yeah.
you working on?
I'm writing a book right now.
Oh,
actually.
really? What's
Yeah.
it about?
It's called Life in Exchange. It's about balancing your personal and spiritual space. And it's from my perspective, from things I've learned, traveling, growing up in the industry, learning how to deal with different environments, and how to keep your foundation stable in the midst of the craziness that, how crazy this industry is, and traveling in different types of places and environments and situations that are
And pressures and
different pressures, but it's like one of them industries where you got to be ready for anything.
Yeah.
Like there isn't always going to be, things aren't going to always go as planned. It's like, in
But
life
you-
in general. So
you got a good story to tell, though.
Thank you.
You grew up in Baltimore. We know about the struggles you had with your mother.
Mhm.
You've been very open about that.
Absolutely.
You managed to get out of that and make something of yourself, and then
Absolutely.
still go back and help out those that may have not been able to accomplish the things you have.
Mhm.
So
Really,
the story is
just being a
inspiring.
vessel.
Yeah, being a vessel.
You know.
Do you talk about that in the book?
Yeah, I do. I talk about that. I talk about growing up in Baltimore. I talk about my family. Other people in my family. My grandmother, who was like the rock of my family. She passed when I was like 12, but she was the person that honestly taught me about hard work, God, loving God, fearing God, and how important love was through everything. I seen her go through so much in terms of just being a black woman trying to take care of a nation of people, a family, a whole village, and although no one returned the love that she gave, she still gave her all. And it was the definition of love. I don't look at love and think like, oh, it's this beautiful, blissful thing. It's all of it. It's
Yeah.
the struggles, it's the pain.
Love is
it's
something when
the-
it's too ugly to love, when it's
100%.
knee deep and painful.
Yeah. So, those are the
Yeah.
type of things I talk about.
In the book.
Yes.
Okay. When does the
Yeah.
book come out?
I don't know yet. Next year sometime. Hopefully, I'm still writing. I'm still finishing up. But that, and then, um, shooting videos. I just directed, co-directed a first video. I need more. I did that in LA. So the next video is going to be very special. I'm just excited about the creative phase and getting all these ideas out.
Yeah.
That's what New Citizen represents, which is the label I started.
I think
Yeah.
that's important.
Yeah.
And I think you still have a lot to give. And I don't think you should put that in a box. I think that you should
100%.
be as creative as you want to be and do it on your terms and how you want to do it. I think
100%.
that's big.
We got to be leaders for these new generations. Let them know they can be free. And, a lot of times when you have a vision and you're working in a team of people or a corporation, you could have one of the best ideas, but it may not get to the top because you're not that person to make that decision.
Yeah.
And that's like where I feel like now with social media and that's the good thing about social media and all these, you can put out your own ideas and not worry about having to go through red tape.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to become more of an executive too.
Mm-hmm.
To be the person to pull those triggers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And still have my foot in on the other side.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good balance to have. And
It
I think
is.
you figure that out early on in your career.
And it's like you're doing an injustice to yourself if you don't, because you didn't struggle and go through all these different things to get here and not do that. All this knowledge you have, all of this, put the knowledge to the work. Put that head, let it manifest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Mario, for stopping by.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
I'm going to let you get back to all the ladies that's waiting outside that door for you.
I can't wait, man. It's
Give them a
always
sneak
amazing
peek
here.
of that 6, 12 pack, 8 pack. What kind of pack is that today? Before you head up out of here.
When I come back, the next show is going to be crazy. I'm telling you.
All right. I
Put me
can't
on
wait
stage
for
and
it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Well, listen, it's Circle of Sisters. Thank you again so much, Mario, for stopping
Thank
by.
y'all for having me. Thank
We
you, T.
appreciate it. Thank you.